a Wikividi Documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy.
Andrew Keogh. Andrew Philip Keogh was an American farmer and treasurer of his township's school board. Notable as a mass murderer for killing his wife and 43 other people, and injuring 58 people, by setting off bombs in the Bath school disaster on May 18, 1927. He committed suicide near the school by detonating dynamite in his truck, causing an explosion which killed several other people and wounded more. He had earlier set off incendiary devices in his house and farm, destroying all the buildings, as well as killing 2 horses and other animals. Early life and education. Keogh was born in Tecumseh, Michigan, among the younger of a family of 13 children. His parents were Philip Keogh and Mary Keogh. He attended Tecumseh High School, and Michigan State College, where he studied electrical engineering. There, he first met his future wife, Ellen "Nellie" Price, the daughter of a wealthy Lansing family. After college, Keogh went west, apparently working for several years as an electrician in St. Louis, Missouri. During this period, in 1911, he suffered a severe head injury in a fall which resulted in his being in a coma for 2 weeks. Keogh then moved back in with his father after the injury and after being away from the family home for several years. During that time, and after his mother's death, his father married Frances Wilder. On September 17, 1911, Frances was severely burned when the family's stove exploded as she was attempting to light it. The fuel soaked her, with her body catching fire. Keogh threw water from a nearby bucket on her. Due to the oil-based nature of the fire, the water did nothing to put the flames out. Frances later died from her injuries, with allegations being made that the stove had been tampered with. Personality. Keogh was regarded by his neighbors as a highly intelligent man who grew impatient and angry with those who disagreed with him. Neighbors recalled that Keogh was always neat, dressed meticulously, and was known to change his shirt at midday, or whenever it became even slightly dirty. Neighbors also recounted how Keogh was cruel to his farm animals, having once beaten a horse to death. The Keoghs initially attended services at the Catholic Church in Bath, but he refused to pay the church's parish assessment of members, and prevented his wife from attending. Keogh's neighbors thought he preferred mechanical tinkering to farming. His neighbor M.J. Monty Ellsworth wrote in his account of the disaster, "Bath Consolidated School Administration." With a reputation for thrift, Keogh was elected treasurer of the Bath Consolidated School Board in 1924. While on the board, Keogh fought for lower taxes and was often at cross purposes with other board members, voting against them and calling for adjournment when he did not get his way. He repeatedly accused Superintendent Emery Hike of financial mismanagement. While on the school board, Keogh was appointed as the Bath Township Clerk in 1925, for a short period. In the spring 1926 election, he was defeated for the position, and was angered by his public defeat. His neighbor Ellsworth thought Keogh started planning his murderous revenge against the community at that time. Another neighbor, A. McMullen, noticed that Keogh stopped working altogether on his farm in his last year, and thought he might be planning suicide. During these years, Nellie Keogh was chronically ill with tuberculosis, and had frequent hospital stays. At the time there was no effective treatment or cure for the disease. By the time of the Bath school disaster, Keogh had ceased making mortgage and homeowners insurance payments. The mortgage lender had begun foreclosure proceedings against the farm. Bath school disaster. The Bath school disaster is the name given to a series of explosions perpetrated by Keogh on May 18, 1927, in Bath Township, Michigan, which killed 45 people and injured at least 58. Most of the victims were children in the 2nd to 6th grades attending the Bath Consolidated School. Their deaths constitute the deadliest act of mass murder in a school in U.S. history. Between May 16, when she returned home from a hospital stay, and the morning of May 18, Keogh killed his wife. He moved her body to a farm building before setting off incendiary explosions in the house and farm buildings. About the same time, he had arranged timed explosions in a new school building. The materials in the north wing exploded as planned, killing many students and some adults inside. Keogh had set a timed detonator to ignite dynamite and hundreds of pounds of pyritol at the school, which he had secretly bought and planted in the basement of both wings. Over the course of many months, the second 500 pounds of explosives in the south wing did not detonate, so that part of the school was not destroyed. As rescuers started gathering at the school, Keogh drove up and stopped his truck. During a struggle with Superintendent Hike, Keogh detonated dynamite stored inside his shrapnel-filled truck, killing himself and Hike, as well as killing and injuring several others. During the rescue efforts, searchers discovered the additional 500 pounds of unexploded dynamite and pyritol planted throughout the basement of the school's south wing. These explosives, connected to an alarm clock that was supposed to act as the detonator, had been set for the same time as the other explosion. After the bombing, investigators found a wooden sign wired to the farm's fence with Keogh's last message: "Criminals are made, not born," stenciled on it. When investigators were done taking an inventory of the Keogh's estate, they estimated that, prior to its destruction, sale of the unused equipment and materials on the farm would have yielded enough money to pay off the Keogh's mortgage. One of Keogh's sisters claimed his remains and arranged for burial without ceremony in an unmarked grave at Mount Rest Cemetery in St. Johns, Michigan. The Price family claimed Nellie's remains and had her body buried in Lansing, under her maiden name.
Brought to you by Wikivideo Documentaries. Would you like to